first link, can we take it slow? I be running out the back by the time they at the door. How you go behind my back? You supposed to be my bro. Fuck this bitch last night, but that's why I didn't know. He throw her on my name, they ain't know that I would grow. Take a trip to get the drugs, every time it's for the low. Says he wants some new shoes, sweater, so she care about. Brody rolled the window down when it's time to air it out. Put his homies on, and he only did it for the cloud. We both in the field, but I had to take a different route. Molly some dough right on her lip, but then I'm getting out. You say you ballin', but out the game you setting out. If I ain't got a mill, there's nothing to get lit about. I know it's harder to succeed when your head full of doubt. Oh no, my brody turn always fall asleep over phone. Prayed for a bed when I used to sleep on the floor. Already started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Ncaa. I appreciate you tuning in today. I make a ton of NCAA 14 and college football revamp content. Be sure to check it all out. I've made a video on the best playbook to use in this video game. I've done multiple rebuilding dynasties, so if you're here, you never heard of me, you don't know what I do here, check out all that content. We rebuilt Oregon State from a 1-star school to a 6-star school, won 5 national championships. Now we're doing a Georgia Tech rebuild, 1-star school, won the ACC in year 1. Now we're in year 2. I'll tag all that content here, more info down in the description box below. If you want a dynasty with tough sliders and multiple uploads a week that are super fun and quick to watch, this is your place. But today we're doing something different. We are doing something nobody else has done that I've seen on YouTube, and that is we are ranking the best uniforms in college football revamp, giving you guys the top 20 or so uniforms that you can use in this game if you get a modded Xbox in college football revamp. As always, shout out to the people at College Football Revamp for making all of this possible. Without further ado, let's get into this. These are the best uniforms, home, away, alternate, in college football revamp. Let's go. All right, up first, we have the Air Force C-17 uniforms, the all grays. They've got some nice design on the back as well. You see that helmet. These are just nice and clean. I like the gray look. The Armed Forces and really all the military schools always have dope alternate uniforms for their big games of the year. Along those lines, I like the Tropic Lightning uniforms that Army has. They have the general's name on the right shoulder underneath there. Nike uniform, super clean. The American flag on the side. No last name on the back. Wolfhounds on the pants. I think this is a super clean look as well. Next, we got BC's red bandana uniforms. These are notorious with college football. It's a great story. If you don't know, check it out online. I'm so happy they got this one incorporated into the game. Super cool. They only use it once a year, I believe, in real life. And I think BC's overall font and colors are just super nice. But the red bandanas, of course, have to be on here. I was surprised when I saw this one, but East Carolina's blackout uniforms. Like, I did not know about these. Many of you may not have known about these as well, but super clean. I like the pant design. You've got some kind of checker design going on behind the black, which is super cool, and the gray, and the helmet, the purple and black. Overall, just a really nice look. Probably one of the best blackout unis in the game. Next up, these Florida homecomings. I like the F in the circle, kind of just a throwback look with the 1. I like the 2020 throwback as well. It's like the inverse of that F. Now it's blue in the same uniform design. Of course, the Jumpman logo as well. And then these 9/11 Never Forget tributes. To see the American flag style helmet. And you got the stripes back on the sleeves. I think this look from Florida and really the 3 looks super nice. These Florida State's blackout and like maroon look ones are super clean too. I remember watching their season opener in 2018, I think it was. I think Jimbo Fisher was still the coach there. I saw these, I was like, dang, those are nice. You're not going to forget about those. These alternates are super clean. They still wear them today too. So in terms of blackout unis, these are up there as well. Might be a little biased here because, as I said, I do that Georgia Tech rebuild dynasty. Check it out if you haven't already. By the way, like, sub to the channel too. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Help me out with that. I really appreciate it. Nice black look here. Kind of basic, but just a different kind of look for Georgia Tech. Usually a darker shade of blue, but they go black here. And these Cape Days, I like also. I wear these multiple times a season in my dynasty. The gray looks nice. I like the gold highlight. They kind of look like Notre Dame too with the helmets. So those 2 are nice for Georgia Tech. All right, 2 for Iowa here. These all yellows, well, I guess they call them gold, really caught my eye. A lot of teams have all gold uniforms. It just works with Iowa because the black and the gold, the goldish yellow kind of plays off well. And then these right here, maybe one of my favorites of all time. If Iowa's wearing these uniforms and they're playing at home, you are not beating them. I don't care who you are, how good you are. Remember Ohio State? They lost to Iowa at home when they were wearing these uniforms. You do not want to face the Hawkeyes in those games. All right, in terms of jerseys, LSU's kind of basic, but you gotta love this helmet. It's called Silent Season. That's pretty dope in itself. I like the purple look, the gold shade. It's just kind of a chromy look, and then that clean one. Just basic, but super nice. I like that for LSU. All right, now as a Big Ten guy, you got to love the Terps throwback script helmets there, and then just the cleaner shade of red. I kind of like Maryland's overall look to begin with. The state flag, it's super cool and unique, but this look I think is super clean, and I'm glad they added this to the repertoire a couple years ago. All right, moving on, Miami Knights next up. Probably one of the only ones I like from Miami. The rest of them are kind of ugly. Their overall, regular uniforms are kind of nice, but this is different. Another blackout uniform, and I like the green and orange. Just a nice overall play. The helmet, too, is pretty clean. I think they wore these in the upset win over Notre Dame when Miami was actually relevant a couple years ago. They should go back to these. This one might be a little controversial. My little brother didn't seem to agree with me on this one, but I think these Egg Bowl 2019 uniforms from Mississippi State are pretty nice. I like how the black and the maroon kind of blends together on the pants, and the gold font really just brings it all together. I think this was a clean look, and if I'm not mistaken, they won this game on a controversial, that was the game where the wide receiver, Elijah Moore, picked up his leg and did like the dog in the fire hydrant celebration, if you remember that. So, of course, I got to remember those as well. All right, again, back to the military schools. You got to go with Navy in the Blue Angels uniform. I mean, this is awesome. It's like a powder blue, simple navy on the uniform. I like the American flag, and then they have another design on the other side. This is just a really clean look, and it's the Blue Angels. I mean, you got to throw these. Okay, back to the Big Ten for Nebraska, the black shirts. I mean, they got a home and an away concept. I like the all-black look. Here's the away, though, in case you were kind of wondering what that might look like. The black just looks a little bit better, and it's the Nebraska black shirts. I mean, it's notorious in college football. All right, I'm a sucker for North Carolina's powder blue to begin with. You make them throwback uniforms, I'm really going to dig them. I've loved these uniforms ever since I laid eyes on them. I would buy one of these just to wear. I mean, these are super nice. Just super clean. I like the backgrounded shade they have behind the number, and it just works. All right, Northwestern's not relevant in football at all, but this uniform is a good look. I like the gold and the black and the purple. The helmet's super nice. It's gothic, religious, just like Northwestern kind of is. It's not associated with a religion, but when you think of gothic, you think of Northwestern, the old buildings they have, Chicago. I mean, this just works. I like this look a lot. It's just the font they have with the Northwestern and the 1-2, that's super crispy. Okay, on my list, I just put Oklahoma State because Oklahoma State's uniforms are sick. We're just going to go through the whole list here of the different types that they have. They got the OSU, the Barry Sanders OSU helmet. The jerseys are just nice. They've got a nice mix of things. I mean, they got orange, they got black, they got white, just so many different things. Like, look at this helmet. Look at the helmet up top. That's their mascot. I mean, they just got so many different combinations you can do. Low-key a sleeper. I mean, everybody talks about Oregon. We'll get to Oregon. But Oklahoma State's got some really nice options. You can mix and match with a lot of different things. All right, we glossed over Ohio State, and as a Michigan fan, it typically happens, especially nowadays. But a couple years ago, they wore these gray wolf uniforms when I think that was the year they trounced Michigan. They did that quite often a couple years ago. Not anymore. But I like these gray wolves. These are pretty nice. They have an away one as well. This wolf concept, I like how. All right, if you know Oregon, they've got like 50,000 different uniform combinations you can do in this game. I like this 2015 Rose Bowl look. I think it's simple. It's got the duck on the side. I like the shade of green and how it matches up with the helmet. And then they've got a throwback concept here that I think is pretty nice too. They got the U and the O. You saw these quite frequently if you watched the Oregon State dynasty because what used to be called the Civil War, Oregon State and Oregon, last game of the regular season, always a good one. And they had some nice uniform combos that I could put on the CPU to at least make them interesting to watch because we blew them out all the time. This is one of my favorites, and it's not like too fancy or too special, but it's just nice. I mean, the Dallas SMU unis, they got the D on the helmet with the Mustang. It says Dallas in cursive on the jersey. I think that's a great look, and it's a throwback to the 1980s days, the Pony Express days, when SMU was a juggernaut in college football. They've been pretty good lately, especially when they wear these uniforms. They are very tough to beat. Again, maybe controversial, but I think these are dope. I mean, it's not a typical TCU color with this red, but these blood oranges, when I saw them, or blood frogs rather, when I saw them for the first time, I was like, I love these. I really like this design. Anytime I play with TCU on this dynasty, which I have a few times against my little brother in one-on-ones, check those out too if you haven't. I picked these. I like the purple, the black, and the red. Nice look. All right, just a couple more here. We got Tennessee Smoky Grays from a couple of years ago. They still wear this, if I'm not mistaken, too. The checkerboard on the pants and the helmet, the gray look. Just a clean design. I like the orange and the charcoaly black and gray. Love that from Tennessee. All right, this is what you come here for, the hidden gems. Troy makes it on the list. These smoke black uniforms. Look at that helmet. I mean, that is dope. The white and the gray and the black just combining together like that. And then, you know, the uniform is really nothing special, but I like how the black looks with that helmet. And they got a little bit of a secondary design behind the black that you see. It's just a great look overall. And if you're doing a Troy Rebuild Dynasty, this is a nice option for you. Maybe we will do a Troy Rebuild Dynasty. Okay, we got Tulane now. This looks like North Carolina, but, you know, Tulane's got that green and white going on. This is a nice tertiary color for them to use, this powder blue and the green. The helmet's super cool. I think this just overall is a super good look for Tulane. One of my favorite alternate uniforms. I would buy one of those too. Maybe I just really love powder blue, but that is nice. And last one we got here is the UCF 2019 Space Concept. We've got kind of the constellations going on in the number and on the shoulder pad. The helmet's just a marbly gray and the rest of it's white. That's just super clean. I love how that looks. All right, that wraps it up. Those are my favorite uniforms in college football revamp. I probably gave you like 20 to 25. So I'm not going to rank them. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section which ones are your favorites, which ones did I leave off, because I had an initial list and I had to cut it down. Otherwise, this video would have been probably an hour long. So let me know what I missed, what your favorite ones are. And again, don't forget, like the video, sub to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. And you're not just subbing to sub. I do Dynasty content every single day. 12 to 15 minute episodes with recruiting, with gameplay, with storylines. We've rebuilt Oregon State. That has 170 episodes on that playlist. Please go check it out. We rebuilt them and won championships year after year after year. You can learn a lot from my play calling, from my recruiting, and overall just the gameplay. I've got videos on the playbook, as I said. I've got videos on recruiting. Now I'm doing this uniforms series as well. I got more content coming out as well, so check it all out right here. Please go check out the Georgia Tech Rebuild Dynasty as well. This is the place to be for NCAA 14, for college football revamped. Like, sub, stay tuned for more content. Comment down below your favorite uniforms, rank them. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.